Good evening, beer drinkers, and welcome once again to the humble man cave. This evening's beer is 12 Days by the Hook Norton brewery. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have spotted 12 Days is in fact a Christmas ale, and we're sitting here in mid-September, Christmas being some 3 months away, and I'm drinking the Christmas ale. There is some logic behind this. Well, I told my wife that anyway. My theory is, I've never had this one before, so my theory is, I'll buy this now, try it out. If it's good, I'll buy some more for Christmas. See, up here for thinking, down here for dancing. Yeah. So, although the only thing is, I noticed after I purchased this, the sell-by date is November 17, so it's not going to last till this Christmas anyway, so it needs to be drunked. I'm really hoping that this is not like a one-off and I can't get any more for Christmas. Anyway, it's 12 Days by Hook Norton Brewery. It's a healthy 5.5%, looks very dark in the bottle, and the other bit of good news is, doing some shopping in my local Tesco's, and I keep telling you about looking for some snifter style glasses. So, I found these little brandy glasses, which I think will do just nicely for some porters, craft ales, etc, etc. So I'll just get my beer towel and give that a bit of a clang, bit of a clean. I have washed it indoors, that was just for dramatic effect, getting them out of the box. So, look at that. So without further ado, let's crack it open. Clang. Okay, look at that. Now that is a nice colour. Look at that again. And it's sort of lighting out so you get a better look at it, but it's fairly dark. Not completely opaque. It has a ruby tinge to it. Now it's just so dark I can't really see if there's much carbonation going on there at all. Looks fairly calm, I have to say. So yeah, I would say a ruby dark kind of ale. No apparent aroma as yet, however. Yeah, it's quite a smell to that, quite an aroma. It's like a lot of Christmas beers. I'm assuming there's going to be some fruit in there. There's probably going to be something zesty. Normally, Christmas ales are malty rather than hoppy, normally. So I'm assuming this one will be the same. So, let's get our face in it, see what it tastes like. Cheers. Tastes really good. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, definitely malty. Very little hop bitterness to it at all, and quite clingy. I think I've said before, a few beers I've had kind of nice aftertaste. Not clingy in a bad way, clingy in the fact they kind of hang around a bit. I like that. That's nice. My Wi-Fi's gone down temporarily, so I've no idea what Untapped has this at. Was a blurb. 12 Days, strong dark brown beer offering a dominantly malty palate with nutty overtones, giving way to a lyrical sweetness that speaks for its strength. Now, YouTube have just recently, yesterday I think, shut down their editing suite, editing software, which I normally use for my videos. I only do basic stuff. You probably notice I don't do lots of cuts and clips, and it's just literally chop the end, chop the start, and there you go. However, I had a request from one of my regular viewers, Stevie, if I could do a little tour of the man cave. I've done a few other shots here and there, but he requested that I do a bit of a 360 tour, show you what the man cave is all about. So earlier in the day, when the sun was shining, I pre-recorded some video of the man cave and of work so far on the ladies lounge. Now the ladies lounge video I'm going to put on a different review, but I'm going to sit and drink this. So if you want to stick around and have a look at that, I think it's about 5 minutes long, 5 or 6 minutes. I'll carry on drinking this, then you can come back to me afterwards and I'll tell you what I think of the beer. See you shortly. Okay, so the tour begins from the standard view you guys normally get when I'm recording most of my videos. I've done a few other different angles, but this is the kind of standard view you normally get. What you don't normally see is a slightly wider shot of the actual bar itself. So let's step back a bit. So that is a longer shot of the bar, all made from pallet wood. The jerry cans down there are in fact speakers connected to a Bluetooth amplifier. Just to the right hand side of the shot, that stop button is the light switch for the bar, which I bought off eBay. And just to the left there, ding, bottle tops, which my daughter painstakingly nails to the bar every time I get a handful. So my bottle opener, you always see me disappear to when I crack the bottles open, has got a catcher, so she goes for that, and any new bottle top she pins up for me. So like I think I pointed out in one of my earlier videos, the man cave is constructed almost entirely from pallets, reclaimed stuff and stuff off eBay. Then the only thing I bought new, brand new, was the power of the unit, the consumer unit. It's a shed consumer unit. So I think if I'm going to run power out here, I should do it properly. So it's got a proper RCD for power and lighting just behind the bar. So I'm not going to show you actually behind the bar. I'll do another video of my view from behind the bar, but I will get a bit closer in and show you a few bits and bobs. All sorts of bottled beers up there. I've collected some Fuller's vintage ales, which I will at some point crack open on special occasions, maybe Christmas, maybe birthday. Big old collection of glasses from beer festivals, from pubs. I always try and get a new glass whenever I go to a pub, liberate them. A load of whiskies, some Crown Royale there my wife got me from New York when she came back. Bit of JD, all sorts of good stuff, ports and random bits and bobs up the top there. The registration plate for my last Land Rover I had, I sadly no longer have a Land Rover, so I'm a bit heartbroken, but I kept the registration plate. Optic there for my JD, which is empty, funny enough. Yeah, the good thing about having a man cave is friends, family, people tend to pop by whenever they do and say, oh, I've got this for the man cave. So you end up collecting all sorts of cool and random stuff. So above the bar here, it's a picture of me and my old man down in Ilfracombe before he passed, obviously, a long time ago. Light fittings there, made out of galvanised pots from IKEA. A load of pins that I started collecting from all over the place. People sort of donate and give to me. My wife went to New York, like I said, got me Liberty Patch, Police Department, Top of the Rock. So moving round, I was an air cadet back in the day. So I've got a few pictures here on the wall from when I was in the Air Cadets. That was at RAF Cranwell, I believe. Forget the date, long time ago. That's me on the right hand side there. Look at that haircut, man, awesome. Picture my Uncle Colin, great Uncle Colin drew of my great granddad before he passed. Picture of me, my very talented niece drew for one Christmas. All sorts of bits and bobs. Mirror, wee. My boy playing rugby when I was a bit younger. Picture of the wife. Picture my daughter painted for me, because another one of my hobbies is a bit of cycling. London Bridge there, which I bought from a charity shop, I think. Load more beers up here, which I will get round to tasting and reviewing at some point. Aeroplane my son made for me from a little kit. A few miniatures and bits and bobs. Round at the wood burner. I think I've done a video on that before, but that's my ammo box wood burner, which keeps the man cave toasty in the winter. We've had a few parties out here. My 40th birthday, 2nd January, a few years ago. There must have been 15 of us out here. Fired up the wood burner, it was roasty toasty. So the wall
I mentioned it's made out of pallets. The wall, if you can see the joins here and there. So basically, where I used to work, we would send work out on pallets, and you'd put a pallet top on. Now these pallet tops are all chipboard. When the corners got damaged or beyond repair, they'd be put in a pile and thrown away. So I collected them. They're only going to get thrown, so I collected them, brought them back. So I've managed to make the walls up a bit of chipboard, roughly filled them and painted them. The windows, those two windows you can see there, I'll step back and give you a bit of this. That's the back wall. The two windows there and there are from a skip in my brother's street, and they just fit. There's kind of two pallets there, and the windows kind of fit in there perfectly, just by pure chance. So moving round, I have a record player with some vinyl, a bit of Depeche Mode there at the front, one of my favourite bands. Lovely picture my niece painted for me for Christmas, I believe, of obviously of John Lennon. All other sorts of signs, a few hats, stag shed my wife got me for Christmas. What's we got here? Jack Daniel's bottle, light fitting. Load more Jack Daniels. I don't know who keeps drinking all this whiskey, but I've got all these Jack Daniel's bottles here. CDs, which the wife wanted to throw out and put on Music Magpie, but I said no, I'm keeping those because I've got a little CD player in here as well. Load of bottles there. What I've started doing is keeping the bottles from the beer reviews that I do. So this is the kind of, since I started, I think there's one or two random ones that aren't in there, but since I started doing the beer reviews, they're the bottles that I've done. So I might have to get another man cave to once I start and get a lot of them, to display them. But there you go. So there's the quick whistle stop tour of the man cave. Even the framework for the roof is made from pallet wood that's been glued and screwed, laminated together and bolted to make the stringers and the A-frames. Just step back so you can see that. Yeah, so there you go. The only thing I haven't, which I'm still yet to decide on, the roof is watertight, but doesn't look very nice because it's got aluminium sheet on there. So at some point, I need to work out what I can put on the roof to make it look good. Just to make it more aesthetically pleasing, basically. Like I say, it is watertight, but yeah, these windows I've got to have a skip down the road. They should be upright. That's why I've got the kind of curved bit there, but they fit perfectly laying down. Could do with a bit of a wash actually. Anyway, so that's the man cave. Any questions? Feel free to leave me a comment. I can explain a few things in more detail if you want. But there you go. That's the man cave. I'm going to pop outside now and give you a quick tour of progress so far on the ladies' lounge next door. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video. So just a quick, a quick show round of what the man cave's about, etc., etc. Like I said, I've done some video of the ladies' lounge today in the sunlight, so I will tag that onto another video, probably tomorrow, maybe later this evening, not sure yet. So yeah, 12 days. I really rather like that. I'm a big fan of Christmas ales because they normally put Christmassy type things in them, berries, fruits, nuts. I had one years ago which I've never found it since. I bought it from my local Costco. Must be 15-20 years ago. My brother and I bought a crate of it. It was a Christmas ale and it had kind of sherry tones, and it was just absolutely, I think it was a Shepherd Neame one. I might have to Google it and see if I can track it down, but of course there's Rosie Nosy, there's Bar Humbug, there's a few other standard Christmas beers which I really rather like because of they're always dark, and they always have, like I say, fruits and berries, and but this one, yeah, slightly fruity. The bottle says nutty overtones. I'm not getting that, I've got to be honest, but it smells lovely and it tastes really rather good. Like I say, no idea what Untapped have given that, but to me that's a 4+ beer. Again, my preference are dark beers, as you well know, but that is a 4+ beer. I think I'll probably stick with just a 4 out of 5 for that, but that is a really good beer, the sort of beer I would look for and buy again. So I'm really hoping I haven't missed the boat, because this one appears to be last year's brew. November 17 it goes out of date, so I'm really hoping it's not a one-off. I'm hoping they've got some more for sale. But yeah, 12 days, strong, dark and rich. Hook Norton Brewery. I like it. I hope you do too. See you next time. Cheers.